So this video is about a number of things that I would have done totally differently before I came here if I knew what's about to happen. And since I had no idea and I couldn't anticipate, of course I couldn't prepare for it. Yeah, my eye is looking pretty nasty. It's looks like it's turning black. Of course it's probably gonna be green tomorrow, but at least much of the swelling has gone down. And yesterday I could see right out of my eye, this portion here was so swollen that I could actually see it without looking in a mirror. Now it seems like it's gone, so things are looking better. It's not hurting at all, nothing is infected because I put some antibiotic cream, but it's not looking very good. I know that. I'll probably have to get a pair of shades today or something to mask all that. Who wants to go like that in public? But anyway, it's getting better. So what are some of the things some of the mistakes that I've made, and I probably could have done it differently had I known to anticipate all this. Hopefully this will help you. I don't really have the items listed in the order of importance. I just jotted them down randomly as I thought about them. So if you want to make your own list, you can put them in priority of importance if that's what you want to do. It's entirely up to you. So first thing that I thought of was research your girlfriend. If you can somehow investigate your girlfriend a little bit more than I did, and you have the knowledge, or you know someone who knows a little bit more about investigating people, then do so. What happened to me with a previous girl that I was chatting with, my texting is going on here. She was just absolutely stunning. She had photos like they were done by a professional photographer. Beautiful girl, beautiful profile, everything was just perfect. And it just so happened that day that I was reading on the internet about scammers and what are the new trends in scamming and all that, and they were saying that some of them are predators, and it may not even be that girl that you're actually quote unquote dating on the internet. It's probably some fat dude with a cigar behind a computer that's typing to you, and he just harvests some stock photos off the internet. This is just not stopping. And they'll pose as the beautiful girl that's in the picture, when in fact it's not even her, and you're texting with this jerk off behind the computer. So I read on that site, and you know what, for the life of me I can't remember where I found that anymore. It's a long time now, at least a year or so or longer. And also they had a link to a site, I think it might be associated with Google or something like that, where you can actually copy a picture that you find on the internet, whether it's on the dating site or just there anywhere, and paste it, or paste the link to it, or paste the photo itself into this site, and it has like a really fancy search engine, and once you enter that in there, it will go on the internet and compare that picture to everything that's been posted on the internet as far as pictures go, and find any other sites where that picture was posted. How does that come in handy? Well, it can help you find out if that is actually stock photography that this dude just obtained from some site, copied it off their site and posted it into the profile, or if that same exact picture is posted in other profiles, because apparently these predators, they actually have multiple profiles set up in multiple um, dating sites, because let's face it, they're out there fishing and they're gonna get somebody with those pictures. So I found out about this chick that the pictures were actually stock photography that he got from somewhere, and he had a whole bunch of different other sites that he posted this and had profiles opened up everywhere in hopes to scam people. And apparently this is a very common thing to do, especially in Asia there, and I don't know where else, but they do that. So I managed to catch this right off the bat, and yeah, I kept playing along for a while because I just wanted to see where it goes, and of course it went right there. A day or two later of texting back and forth, and this person was asking me for money, various reasons. If I said no to this reason, they came up with another reason 5 minutes later, and so on. So you can definitely see that they're out there doing a job, and they're desperate to get your money in any way that they can. Same as your current date of your dating site of choice, wherever you met this girl, she may truly be herself, but she may be a scammer, and she may be trying to get other guys, dating other guys on other sites. And even though you get to the point in chatting where she says, "Oh, well, I want us to be exclusive, and let's take our profiles down." Well, she may take her profile down from Filipino Cupid temporarily, of course, because she'll open it up as soon as she's got your money. But she might have other ones active somewhere else in different dating sites, and so behind your back she'll be scamming other guys on a different window on the same computer that she's chatting with you right now. She's chatting with other guys. If she's taking too long to respond to your message, chances are she's on there with other guys chatting, like not one but maybe five at the same time. And of course she doesn't have the time to respond immediately to you, so pay attention to that too. Other than that, as far as researching her, I really don't know. Well, you can Google her basically and see what the results come up. I don't know, you might be able to come up with something, or who knows, maybe she's clean and she's not out there. Check her Facebook, ask her the Facebook name, and see what kind of pictures she has there. If she's got a ton of different contacts there that are other guys, and it can tell you a lot of truth if you do your research right. Let's see, I've got some other stuff on my list here. I typed it in my phone here because I couldn't find my pen to write the list. Number 2, keep your bank account and credit cards active in the country of origin. Instead of doing what I did, I think I made a big mistake there. I gave my son, of course, he prompted me to do this because I was going to keep my bank account open and leave my money in there. But my son, oh no, don't leave your money there. Don't take the money with you. Leave it with me. I'll take care of it for you and I'll send you money when you need. Well, that happened once. That was back at the beginning of June this year. He sent me $2,000 of the shitload of cash that I gave him, and then he decided to disappear with the rest of my retirement saving, just like that. So don't trust anybody. Your son, your daughter, your family, it really doesn't matter who they are. You may then end up really screwed up here if they, for whatever reason, decide to not send you money. And I don't know even to this date why my son did this to me, but well, apparently he is a shady character. And I talked to my mother and my sister. They are back in Canada, and they said that they went to the police and talked to them, and they asked if we had proof that my son has the money, because my son won't admit right now that he actually got any money from me. So the police said, well, it's his word against his dad. How can we trust either one of them unless there's a signed contract? If you're giving money to someone to in trust, get them to sign a piece of paper that, yes, I received this money, date, place, signature, just like when you make a loan contract. And that way you bring that with you, and or you can leave it with your mother or leave a copy or something like that, and that way they have written proof when they go to the police to show it to the authorities that yes, the money exchange was done, he is being put in trust of that money, and they can try to recover it that way. But in my case, because I didn't have one of those, it's getting a little bit more complicated. Fortunately, I have a bunch of emails that were sent back and forth between him and I, where he admits that, no, he doesn't admit that he has the money, but he declined. He said, I'm not going to send you $10,000 in one shot, period. So that's basically like an admission, because he doesn't say that he doesn't have my money, but he says that he won't send it. That's two totally different things. So that may, if the right lawyers get their hands on that, that may be used in court against him. Maybe, I'm saying. So keep your bank accounts active and bring your debit card with you. Make sure you go to the bank and inform the bank. Make sure that notes have been taken and put on the computer that you are leaving the country, and you don't have to tell them that you're going forever. Just you tell them that you're going for, I don't know, 6 months, a year or something. You can always call them back later on if there's any problems. But I've watched so many YouTube videos so far where the guy said, yeah, well, I've left the country, and I even told the bank that I'm leaving and where I'm going, and that's where I'm going to be making withdrawals or purchases with the specific card. And when he got there, they shut him down right away, and then it takes like up to a week to reopen it because of security reasons, and you have to prove your identity, and of course you have to do that from whatever country you're in, and it may be a little more inconvenient for you and difficult, especially when you don't have access to your own money anymore, and that can really piss you off. So keep those accounts active, let your bank know, get them to take notes about what was discussed and where you're going, and possibly how long you're going to be there. I would just say I'll be gone for a year. I'm going there to visit my girlfriend, and I want to spend time with her over there. You obviously don't have to give them the reason why you're going there, because it's really none of their business. All they want to know is that there's no suspicious or fraudulent activity on your account. especially with credit cards. Those apparently are even worse than just a regular bank account. Okay, that's the bank accounts. Um, Research the location where you're going to. It it's all there. Wikipedia and there's so many sites. I mean, I've researched so many cities here in the Philippines, just typing in the name in the Google, and my dog keeps unplugging my speakers here. So Google the location where you're going, and basically you can find out anything about that city or town where you're going. What the population is, what sort of financial institutions they might have in there. They usually have them listed on the left side there. What banks they have in that city, and restaurants, hotels, tourist attractions. It's all going to be there. You should be able to easily find out a lot about that place you're going to there, even the climate. So do that before you go, and please don't put yourself in a boring location like I did. I've moved to 4 different spots so far, and they were all boring to just about made me cry. Unless you're the type of person that doesn't care and all you want to do is sit around in the house playing on your laptop or computer all day. If you're content with that, then that's okay. Uh, Next, bring your cash. Now, generally, the international rule of thumb, if you want to call it that way, is when you're traveling and you're bringing cash. Uh, I don't know about all countries, but in the Philippines or in America, if you land there and you go through customs and immigration, they'll ask you if you've got any cash with you that you're bringing. And the allowed magic number is the equivalent of 10,000 US. So you just enter this into an online currency converter and find out your current currency, how much does that translate to in your own country's currency, the 10,000 US. Now, when I left Canada, the currency conversion was well, I can't remember what it was, but anyway, 10,000 US translated into 14,000 Canadian. So that's what I brought. I stuck in my pocket 10,000. Yeah, there was a big bulge in my pocket, but I was lucky. I had a pair of military style cargo pants, and they got tons of pockets, and I chose to bring those because I could put my documents in there and my cash, and they're on me. And so if for whatever reason my bag gets stolen or misplaced or whatever, then I've got my important documents with me, such as my passport and my airplane tickets and my itineraries for the next flights. Everything is in my pants. And yes, they make you sweat because they line your pockets, and it's kind of uncomfortable, but just imagine how uncomfortable you'd be to find yourself in a different airport in a different country, and they ask you for your passport and you can't find it, or you need cash and you don't have it because it's been stolen. So just a word of caution there. Try to keep the cash on you, on your person, as they say. I don't like that saying, but and your travel documents, everything that you think you might need, keep it on you. That should help you. Let's see, next here. Oh, as far as bringing cash, yeah, I know they say that it maximum is 10,000 US, but a caveat there, and don't take this for granted. It may, you may not be as lucky as I was. I could have brought 50,000 or 100,000 on me. Nobody ever checked. All they did is they gave me a little sheet of paper that I had to fill out with the items that I want to declare before I go the customs inspection. So they ask you various number of things there. Are you bringing ammunition, firearms, weapons of any sort, explosives? I don't even remember if they asked about jewelry. I don't care because I don't wear jewelry. But they ask about money, and that's where you have to declare the amount. So that's where I put the amount as 10,000 US, even though I had 14,000 Canadian. I don't want to confuse them. So if their maximum limit is 10,000 US, then I just put down their 10,000 US. Because guess what? They're gonna take 14,000 Canadian and convert it in US. It's gonna turn into 10,000. It's all fine. I didn't lie. I didn't know this. I thought that they would somehow check for this, but they didn't. I could have brought any amount of money on me, so you might want to try. I don't know. It's up to you. It's not like I'm giving you a bad advice or anything. I'm just telling you what happened to me or what didn't happen to me. So if you want to bring more than 10,000 US, and knowing now what I didn't know back then, I would have definitely brought all my money with me, because there was no problem there. But I listened to my son, and they said, "Oh, they're very strict at the border." It's like, what? Do they pat you down and see if you got cash or what? I was never patted down in all the airports that I've been. So unless you look suspicious and they suspect that you're bringing in something illegal or contraband or something like that, you're not going to get patted down. You're just going to go through customs like nothing else. So let's go to the next point, which is find someone trustworthy for backup. Yes, in your own country where you're leaving. If you have really good friends or anyone in your family that you can really trust, and I'm not talking about trusting a little bit, really trust, like I really trusted my son. Well, that turned into a fucking disaster, didn't it? To leave valuables with them or leave anything in trust with them. If you want them to sell your car, I needed one of my last vehicles sold because I was trying to sell it before I left, but I didn't have a lot of bites on the market. The market economy was getting pretty slow and people just didn't want to spend any money. So I ended up not being able to sell my car on time before I left. So my son said, leave it with me and I'll sell it for you. Get a contract signed. Get a contract signed with the vehicle itself, saying that yes, I leave this in my son's trust. Put down his name, put down your name, the date. If you can get a witness, that's even better. A witness that will stay there, so that if they're called upon, they can testify that yes, I was there when the document was signed and the car was left by Mr. whatever his name to his son or friend or whatever, and there's a paper trail involved there for your safety. I know it's extra work, sounds like pain in the ass, but if you end up in a situation that I was, trust me, I would have done it in a heartbeat. No problem signing a contract. If your other party doesn't want to sign a contract, you just don't leave it there, because if their word is not worth a signature on a piece of paper as a contract, then their word is not worth at all. So don't trust them, especially with cash. There's no way you can trace back any cash unless it's been recorded or either audio or video that the transaction has been heard or seen, or you have a contract. There's no paper trail on that, so they can walk away with your cash, and you can't prove that you've given it to them. As far as who you trust, it's up to you. I can't tell you that your grandma's more trustworthy than your son or daughter, or your friend is more trustworthy than your family. I don't know. You should know that. And sometimes you just don't know. People change overnight, like my son did. I would have trusted him with my life. And look at the fucking disaster and the bad situation that he's put me in. I still didn't get a dime from him since. So it's like that. I've left him a number of items there, all my guns and everything. They were worth thousands of dollars. And I'm assuming he sold them because I was supposed to get the money for them. I didn't have a chance to sell them before I left because I had a potential buyer who said that, yeah, I'm buying them for sure. And then last second, maybe he waited for the last second. Some people do that. And then he lowballed me. He offered me half of what he offered me originally. He says, oh, I don't think your guns are worth that much, or no, I can't afford to give you any more than half of whatever. And I said, no, you're not going to get them. You offered this much at the beginning, and now you're giving me half. That's bullshit. That's where my son comes in. And he says, Dad, just leave them with me. I'll try to sell them for you, and I'll send you the money. Well, I haven't seen a dime since. So, again, who do you trust? That's entirely up to you. Don't blame me later on that you trusted somebody that you shouldn't have. When you get here, don't trust your girlfriend right from the beginning. Yeah, I know you've been chatting for 2 years on Skype and everything's great and you're two birds in love and everything, and it's all great, but when you get here, things may change. You don't know that. She can change, just like your son that stole your money. And don't disclose too much information. These damn cigarettes, they keep going out. Don't give them too much financial information about your wealth, savings and all that. If she asks you how much money you have, all you have to say, enough. That's it, enough. Then she can interpret that into whatever she wants to. But you don't tell her where you keep your money, what relative you left the money with, what bank, what card. Make sure that you don't give your PIN number off your either credit card or debit card. Don't get drunk and say, oh, I ran out of tanduay. Here's my card, here's my PIN number. Can you stop at the ATM? Withdraw some cash and go to the liquor store and buy me a couple bottles. Don't do that. Be prepared. Have cash in your pocket. That way, if she needs to go to the store, you just pull out 1,000 or 100 or whatever you need to give her, and then let her go. But do not give your PIN number to anybody. That's only for you. Don't have it written down on a piece of paper in your wallet or on the back of the card or any of that stupid stuff. Keep it safe. If you've got a place in the house that you're going to be living that you think it's safe, you can hide whatever cash that you brought with you. If you can hide it there, then do so. Don't leave it in your pocket, because guess what? When you sleep, and if you sleep like me, I'm pretty much in a coma when I sleep. You can do pretty much anything in the house and I won't wake up unless you deliberately try to wake me up. She can just reach in your pocket and grab your cash, and you're toast then, because she's got you by the balls pretty much. You can't do anything after that. You can't move out, you can't get another apartment. You're toast. So Be careful with your cash. That's all I have to say. And about opening a bank account in the Philippines when you first get here, forget it. As far as I know, you can't open a bank account without the ACR card. ACR card is an alien certificate of registration. It's given out by the Bureau of Immigration. It looks just like a credit card with your picture on it and some security measures that they have there for anti-counterfeiting and all that. And that card you can take to the bank with your passport and they will open a bank account for you. Without that card and just your passport, forget it. They will not open a bank account. So no, you can't deposit your money in a bank account when you first get there. Forget it. You can't. So you're gonna have to either keep it on you and watch it like a hawk, sleep with your cargo pants and your money in your front pocket so that nobody can reach in there and grab it. Find a place in the house to hide it where she can't think of that you've actually hidden money there. I don't know how you're going to do that because it's her house, not yours. She probably knows it a lot better than you. That's it on that topic. Let's see. Next topic. I did not believe in this concept and thought from the beginning when I first came here because sure, she told me, come and live with me here, it's free, you don't have to pay any rent and all that, which sounded just delicious to me because, well, I'm going there and I'm saving money. I don't have to pay rent or mortgage or anything. Well, what happens if you two don't get along, which happened to me after a couple of weeks? We just were fighting like cats and dogs, and eventually she'd ask me to leave a number of times, and this was of course after she stole my money. So yeah, I want to leave, but where and how am I gonna pay for rent when my money is gone? So your best bet, and I've heard this, some guys on YouTube were saying, don't move in with her, get a hotel or get her to get you a place. Get her to, before you get here, secure you an apartment that you can rent when you get there. You move into there, it's your own place. Yeah, you live by yourself, but you have security because now all of a sudden she can't kick you out. You have your own place. If you two split up, you can easily find another girlfriend and bring her there. Or if you're a womanizer, you can date her and bring other chicks over there, and hopefully she doesn't find out about it and doesn't cut your balls off, because that's what you're bound to happen to you. And you're gonna be safe there. If you want to hide your money there, you don't have to worry about her stealing it. You've got a key to your own lock there, and she doesn't have it. You have it only, and you should be all right there. That's what I should have done, but hindsight 2020, right? I ended up not having a place, and then she stole my money, and then my son stole my money, and so I had everybody stealing my money. That's the downside of having money. You always have to worry about it. So please, if you can, get yourself an apartment. I know of this expat to be. He's due to come here in about a week or two from Canada, BC, somewhere north, I guess. I don't know him, I've just heard of him, and it's my girlfriend's best friend. She is dating him and he is coming to her, and he said he did not want to live with her from the beginning. He said he's coming here for about 4 months to check things out, to make sure that things are going okay between the two of them, and then he'll decide what he's gonna do. But he's asked her to look for a place for him to live. At the beginning, she says, why do you think he's doing this? And I said, well, maybe he wants to date other women too. Well, that's the last thing she wanted to hear, trust me. But I said also maybe because he doesn't want to be in there with you. If you guys don't get along, then where is he gonna go? He's gonna have to find an apartment on a spot like that, and it's gonna be uncomfortable living with you if you don't get along, and he feels that he has to leave. That way he can just live there, and if you guys decide to separate, then he's there already, and there's no more big deal. So that's what he's doing, and like I said, he's due here. Smart man, and he doesn't care if he has to spend, I don't know, like 3,000 to 5,000 peso a month. That's 3,000 is something like $80. So for $80 a month, you can't go wrong. So if you can do that. If you got a girlfriend here, get her to get her ass in gear and go out in the city and find an apartment for you. You'll be happy you did that. And later on, if you guys get along great, really good, and you decide to move in with her, well, you move in with her, and that's that. If you decide to get married while you're here, then you're gonna move in with her anyway, right? Okay, next topic. Oh, that was hide and protect your cash, but we've already discussed that. Uh, don't lend money. When you're gonna come here, there are good chances that either your girlfriend or her friends or relatives are gonna hit you up for money. That's the norm here because of your skin color and the length of your nose. They know that you're a foreigner, and for whatever reason, it's a well-known fact that if you're a foreigner, you're just loaded with cash. You're an ATM, you're a walking wallet or credit card, and they can come and hit you up for money anytime they want, and you're just gonna give it to them. Well, treat a loan here as Christmas presents. You're not getting it back. Almost guaranteed you're not gonna get paid back. So don't just, and what do you say? And is it embarrassing to turn them down? Well, it's a little embarrassing, but you're protecting yourself. How embarrassing is gonna be later on when you've lent money to everybody and you run out of cash. Now you have to go back to them to beg them for your money back, which you're not gonna get because they're gonna say, sorry, we don't have it. We don't have any money, we're broke. So just say no. Don't lend the money. Say, I don't have any money to lend. I'm sorry. If you need a loan, you need to go to the bank or go to your other friends or family. I don't lend money to anybody. And you might sound like an asshole, and to them you probably are, but they'll respect that. They won't not be your friend because you didn't lend them money. Guess what? That happens here all the time. They're broke, they go to their friends or their neighbors, hey, can I borrow 100 or two? And they say no. So they walk away like nothing happened, and that's that. They'll just hit someone else up. If for whatever reason you feel compelled and you're stupid enough to loan money, especially in large amounts like I did, get a contract signed. Over here, if somebody owes you money, you can actually take them to the barangay, which is the office of the official that takes care of the small part of the province, which is called a barangay, which is, I don't know, like a district or something like that. And they have, that's the barangay captain, and they are political, they're politicians basically, and it's like a city mayor, but it's for this district, and they have the power to get someone in trouble if they don't pay their debt. And when you take someone to the barangay, it's not like taking someone to court. They've devised this entire situation so that they can solve problems out of court. They don't want to plug up the courts with all sorts of small stuff and miscellaneous. They want to let the big stuff go to court, and the little things, they're resolved in the barangay. So you go to the barangay, captain, you file a complaint there, but you have to have proof. Without that proof that you've lent them money, the barangay captain's hands are tied and they can't do anything for you. If you do have proof, however, the person that you're filing the complaint against will get invited there. And I haven't gone through this process, tell you the truth, because I didn't have any proof, because I was stupid enough to lend money without a contract. And they get invited there, and you get to be there as well, and you get to settle things with the mediator. And if it turns out that the person just doesn't want to pay you, then there are certain measures that the barangay captain can do. He'll basically get like some sort of a bad credit, since they don't have a credit bureau here. It gets registered with the barangay, and next time you need to get a job or get a loan, you need to get a barangay clearance. What does that mean? It means that if there's anything against you written up in the barangay, it's going to show up on your clearance, which turns from a clearance into a non-clearance. In other words, if you're applying for a job at the store or whatever, and your interviewer finds out that you owe people money but you have a bad habit of not returning them, chances are you're a criminal or a thief and you're not getting that job, so forget it. Same with the loan. So that's how you can get your money back if you've got the countermeasures, such as a contract or a witness. If you have a witness to that transaction, then you can bring in the witness and get them to testify that yes, it's true, that person did borrow money from this person, this is how much it was, and this is when it was, and where it took place, and everything, all the little details. And then they got something to work with. If you don't have any of that, they don't have anything to work with, and you're toast. And the same thing goes with courts. If you want to sue someone, they have the small claims court as well as in America. And it works very similarly. I've watched some YouTube videos about how the small claims court work here, and it's pretty much identical. Same thing. You need some sort of evidence. So, like I said, don't lend money. If you do, make sure that you've got proof and signature. Find a city that's not boring. And I've mentioned this in another point up there before. Do your research on the city. Make sure that there are things to do. If you know some people that live in that city, maybe you know some Filipinos back in America or your other country where you live. Talk to them. Ask them, what can I do there? Are there any ways of entertainment? Are there movie theaters? Are there pool halls? Maybe you like to play pool. Swimming pools, skating rinks. Wow, they got basketball courts here everywhere. This is their hockey. In Canada, we have our hockey. That's our religion. These guys is basketball. That's it. So if you want to play basketball, you'll be able to do that here pretty much anywhere, and you'll be allowed to play with pretty much any team anywhere in town, because they want you to go there. And I've been invited to so many basketball games and all that. I don't even know how to play it. I can't jump worth shit, so it's really not. I'm white, right? White men can't jump, so I can't play basketball, and I'm a really bad aim when it comes with that big ball like that, so I just decided to stay away from that. But if you like to play that, you'll be able to play it pretty much anywhere in town. They got a basketball court pretty much any corner here, and they're free. You don't have to pay anything. They even have basketball courts under this huge shed, so that if it rains, you can still play there, which is pretty awesome. And there's usually a lot of Filipinos there just hanging out, shooting the hoops. It can be great if you like basketball. They even have tennis courts. I haven't seen them here in Pagadian, but when I was in Sindangan, there were tennis courts there, and even some governor of the government, I guess. I don't know where he is from, but he came there. He used to go there pretty much every night, and he would have his PNP uh, entourage, his bodyguards, basically, like 10 of them, all in camo, military type PNP, and with their M16s guarding him while he's playing tennis there. Pretty nice to have security guards when you're going anywhere. But that's what he did. So yeah, tennis, you can play tennis. I haven't heard of ping pong here. There may be places, but I really don't know. Uh, Beaches, well, any place that I've been to, there were no beaches. We had to drive for a distance to get to a beach. Yeah, it was nice, but there was garbage everywhere, so I wouldn't even step in the water. We just sat there in the little hut and we ate and we drank tanduay and beer. That was the extent of my beach experience that day. So you can find places with beaches pretty much all over the place. Here in Mindanao, I'm not really sure where they are. I've heard that there are nice beaches in the southeast part of the island. Uh, I can't remember the name of the places there, but it's basically south of uh, Gensan, General Santos City, and Davao, somewhere in that area. And apparently it's pretty nice. I've seen some pictures of white sands and coconut trees leaning over the beaches and coconuts falling on the beach and people sitting in their lawn chairs with an umbrella drink there, and they've got huts and barbecues and all that. You can go there and spend time on the beach if that's what you like to do. You can probably rent a fishing boat. Fishermen here, if you pay them, $200-300 pesos, which is what's peanuts. That's their day's earning. So if you pay them, they'll just go with you. They'll gladly go with you rather than having to fish all day by themselves there. They'll take you out. They'll take your money and they'll show you their fishing grounds, and you might even catch some nice fish there with them. And they'll even feed you and do anything you want. They'll cater to you the entire day. Not just one guy. There'll be 2 or 3 guys like waiters to you. So that's pretty awesome. I think I would like to do that. I haven't done it yet because I haven't gone to a nicer place yet. But once I get there, then hopefully I can go and charter one of those boats and go out on the ocean and fish all day, and it'll be great. Next topic. Yeah, when you're about to rent a place, if you've come here and you haven't secured your place yet, or you didn't have your girlfriend secure the place for you yet, do your research on the place. When you go to meet your landlord or your potential landlord or future landlord, so that you view the house, make sure there's water in the house at all times and the pressure is good. There's no pressure, you can't take a shower. You're gonna have to wash yourself with a cup from a big barrel, and that's not fun, trust me. Hopefully they got flushing toilets. Good luck with that, unless you live in a place where it's quite up to the Western standards. They won't have flushing toilets. When they buy toilets here, they don't come with the tank, the flushing tank, and they don't come with the toilet seat. It's just the porcelain. You're gonna be sitting on that, and instead of pushing the button to flush, you're gonna be flushing it by hand with a cup. That's a lot of fun to look at it as it flushes down. But anyway, that's life here. Same with the shower. Most places won't have a shower here. They have a little faucet on the wall, maybe about 2-3 feet high, and it's just about that big barrel, above that big barrel that you're supposed to fill with water and flush your toilet from and have a shower right inside there. So ask your landlord if he's willing to install a shower there. It's not a big deal. They just have to buy the shower with the hose and put the hook on the wall there and connect it to your existing tap there, and then you're good to go. But why would you pay out of your own pocket? If he wants to rent you the place, the least he can do is provide you with your comforts. Hot water? No, forget it. I've heard that some places have hot water, but not the ones I've been to. I've been to a hotel once that had hot water. I shouldn't call it hot. It was lukewarm, but it was better because it just takes the edge off the really cold water. Well, not really cold. Water here is not really cold. I think it's pleasant. I like having cold showers here because it's refreshing. But no hot water. Electricity. Ask them if there's a lot of blackouts here, because some places, like where I used to live in Sendangan, they would turn off the power at 9 in the morning. It wouldn't come back until 5 o'clock in the evenings. Now, how are you going to be on your computer during that? I don't know. I could have used my laptop because it had the battery, and I could probably use it for an hour or two, but that's it. And then there's no more charging. But the Wi-Fi you had to keep plugged in. So of course, if your Wi-Fi is not working, then you don't have internet. What are you doing on your computer anyway? Annoyances such as noises, neighbors with karaoke machines and loud sound systems and all that. Yes, you're gonna find them everywhere here. So pay attention when you come in to view the place. So there's some of these guys that I truly call assholes, because they wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, they crank that thing up, and it doesn't go down or off until at least 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning next day. So you're gonna have to listen to whatever genre they're playing. As shitty as it gets, it doesn't really matter. And here they're into power ballads a lot. I have to move my fan here. But it won't be the music of your choice. It'll be whatever they pick, and you have to listen to it. And it's so loud that it'll vibrate your windows and your brains out of your head. And there's nothing you can do. You can't walk up there and say, no, you don't like loud music, can you turn it off, please? Because they won't. They don't care. They'll just play it, and you're done. And then they'll start singing, and you have to listen to that off-key. Some of them just can't sing. Some of them are pretty good, but some of them can't. And you have to listen to that annoyance all day too. What are other annoyances? Cockroaches. A lot of bugs in the house. You'll see them. If you walk in and you open a cupboard and there's a bunch of cockroaches scurrying around, then you're guaranteed that you're not getting rid of those. They're gonna be there for good. They'll be crawling over you at night when you sleep. I know it sounds kind of gross, but that's the truth. Some landlords have some weird frickin' rules. I was looking at an apartment, and right off the bat, the lady said, this older lady, and she said, oh, by the way, you're not allowed to cook pork in the house because we're Muslim. I'm thinking, I don't give a fuck if you're Muslim. You can cook whatever the hell you want in your house, and when I'm in my house, even though it's your property, I'm paying for my rental. I'm gonna cook whatever the hell I want in there. I never said anything. I just said, yeah, okay. And then, as I'm walking out, she says, oh, by the way, you're not allowed visitors in here, especially ladies. Okay, well, that's a selling point. I said to her, well, I guess I won't be renting your house. Thanks very much for showing it to me. Good luck with renting it to anybody, because who's going to want to live there? And any Filipino will eat pork, and any Filipino will have a lady guest. Unless he's gay, then he'll have a boy guest, and they'll still have guests no matter what. Yeah, they have these rules, and of course you have to abide by them because it's their place. And well, at least she was upfront with me, not like this current landlord that I have here, who's an asshole. Didn't tell me about no water situation. Didn't tell me about the fact that I'm not allowed to bring ladies here because they've got values and morals which apparently I don't possess, and so they gave me eviction notice to leave because I'm bringing ladies here. Maybe he's jealous, I don't know. But anyway, be careful of those things. Ask the landlord if there's anything that they need to tell you, if there are any rules that they might you to follow, and you may or may not disagree with those rules, but at least you know about them up front. They won't spring them on you after you moved in and you've had the inconvenience of paying for your move and moving all your furniture, setting everything up. You're in there, you're comfortable, and all of a sudden they tell you, well, now you gotta leave because you're not following those rules, which they never even told you from the beginning. Yeah, it sounds unfair, but they can do that to you, and you don't want to end up in that situation. Barking dogs. Oh my God, there's so many dogs around here, and they bark constantly. My next door neighbor locks her dog in this little concrete cubicle there and ties him up with the leash, and then the dog wants to get out, and it starts yelping and screaming constantly, and it's annoying. I couldn't even record a video here with that annoyance. I had to walk up to her and I say, hey, can you please do something with that dog? I can't listen to that all day and night. And she was nice enough to eliminate the problem for me. The dog's not there anymore. It doesn't bark or yelp or anything, so it's great. What other things with the rentals? I think that's about it with the rental. Make sure it's in a decent area of the city. If you got a motorcycle, make sure that you can bring your motorcycle in the yard, and it's a locked yard, or it's got a steel gate or something to keep the prying eyes out. Okay, another mistake that I made, I didn't bring extra glasses or my contacts. I have like 4 or 5 sets of contacts. For whatever stupid reason, I packed them and I put them in my container, which I still don't have after 5 months here. And 2 days ago, I went and tripped and fell, and of course, you see my face. And when I fell on my glasses, and both my lenses popped out. One of the lenses got lost. It was dark. I couldn't see it. The other one I have here, but what do you do with a pair of glasses with one lens? It doesn't work. So if I had the cheapest pair of glasses possible with me, but at least they were my prescription, then I could see no problem. Now I have to ride like this with my bicycle, my motorcycle with no glasses. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna try it today. I don't even know if I can do that or not because I can't see in the distance worth shit. So I'm gonna have to feel my way around. Even the laptop, I have to get up close quite a bit so that I can see the print there. So that's uncomfortable. Of course, since I don't have any money to go and buy another pair of glasses, I have to suffer through and live with this inconvenience until I get money and get another pair of glasses. If I had my contacts, would have been easy. Just pop them in and walk out, and I'm done. And then I can even wear a pair of shades, which I should have brought my contacts and my shades, and then I would have been okay here. I haven't had any shades here ever since I came in, because I can't wear shades without contacts because I can't see clearly. So yeah, it is an inconvenience. It's not the end of the world, but I wish I would have done it differently. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you with this. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Got any questions, please write them in there in the comment section. If you got anything to tell me, and please keep it positive. Nobody needs to hear negativity and criticism and any of that. If anyone, I'm my worst critic. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, and if you want to see more videos, please subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next video.